I'm Dr. Sandra Khan, orthodontist from California, USA. We have 4 compartments that we utilize to try to improve your breathing, improve the efficiency of your rest. If we take the tongue, we hold it with a light suction. We create a position called the uplock technique. The uplock position and the uplock technique is something that you can learn to use, that the tongue is key to our health, our recovery, and our rest. We will have a better airway, and we will be able to learn how to utilize this technique through the appliances that we have, through the books that we have already finished, and utilize it for the efficiency and the health where they are resting more efficiently, recovering, and improving their health. If you improve your breathing, you will improve your life. If you imagine that this is the palate, and you put it over the tongue, and you swallow, this stays up. This is negative suction. Our planet, our human condition, utilizes this concept for physiology, for our body, and for things to work properly. If we understand this concept of creating negative suction inside our mouth, we're going to be able to utilize this. The universe gave us the ability to create suction and to create this position. And we're going to utilize this concept to help develop the face, the airway, the palate, the mouth, the nose. The floor of the nose will be wide because the tongue will sit passively in the roof of the mouth. Here's an animation. We can see how we place the appliance between the teeth and the cheeks and the lips. And here we can see how the membrane gets sucked in as we swallow. Saliva gathers at the dunder space in the roof of the mouth. Soft palate, tongue gets together. Constrictor muscle helps propel the saliva. We are going to stay on this position where the tongue, soft palate, all the tissues are together with very light negative pressure. We can see the inverted membrane here in the funnel and a very perfectly free airway so that we can have a 95% effortless breathing during sleep. If we practice for an hour or 2 during the day, especially before we go to bed, we will develop the second nature, the memory, the muscle memory to hold this very light pressure without any effort at night. Just like a suction cup that you would put on your window, that's the same principle. You're holding everything away, and it's holding it without muscular force. This is something that's happening automatically. It doesn't happen through will, it happens as a reflex. So when you're asleep, you don't have to think, oh, I gotta keep my tongue away. Your tongue will do its own thing, it'll fall down. But one of the examples we use is a syringe. If you take a syringe and you put your finger in the tip and you try to open it, you can't because you're making that negative pressure. Same thing with the tongue. There's a space in the roof of the mouth, and if you keep negative pressure in that space, the tongue will stay held high on the roof of the mouth. Even when you go to sleep and the tongue is heavy and falls down, it'll stay in its place. Why? Because that suction keeps it away from the airway. That light negative pressure that will help your tongue stay in the right place, the soft palate and all the tissues stay together so that the airway is nice and free and you can optimize your breathing and get the most out of your rest. Your tongue and your soft tissues will stay away from the airway, and that optimizes the air that flows through your nose with less effort. But all the tissues will be sucked up to the roof of the mouth, to the front of the mouth, while leaving the throat all the way from the nose to the larynx free for the air to flow without anything that will cause any noise or anything that will cause tension or effort of the patient breathing at night. So you want to breathe 95% effortless, and for that you need to have anything that could bounce, anything that's soft, consolidated through that little suction in the top and front of the mouth away from the airway.